What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Chig coming at you with another Diablo 3 build guide. Told you guys yesterday that I would go over the t16 variant of the Legacy of Dreams Wave of the Light Monk, and that's what I got here for you. Except for this one's Legacy of Nightmares, because we're using the rings. Oh yeah, throwback, what up? Anyway, before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, anything you do to help out the channel for free. If there's anything else you'd like to see, go ahead and leave it down in the comments, or if you have any suggestions on what I could do better, what I could do different, just let me know. Alright, so let's hop right into it. So yesterday we talked about the set. I'm going to go over everything again, what we're doing, why we're doing it, and all that. So let's start with Lefebvre's Soliloquy, which is going to be giving us some nothing on this build because we're not using Cyclone Strike. So I don't have any other good Ancient Shoulders to put there. So typically you could use something like the Pauldrons of the Skeleton King, anything you have that just has good stats, because this build uses Blinding Flash instead of the Cyclone Strike, so we don't even do that. And what we're doing here, I mean, you could use Cyclone Strike if you'd like, but you have Infinity Toughness. So Blinding Flash is supposed to help you deal more damage, but we don't need more damage. This is absolutely obscene. It might help you before you get all Ancients, but after you have all Ancients, you don't need more damage. So Rin's Gaze, Wave of Light now cast at your enemy, blowing up the screens. Squirt's Necklace. This one I'm using because my other one is a crafted primal, and when I'm wearing my Ingoim, which is crafted, I can't use them both. So I'm not even full Ancients. Decent rolls. We're using Squirts because of the damage multiplier. This one uses Mage Fist instead of St. Archie's Gaze or Stone Fist, and the reason being just fire skills deal more damage. We're just dunking hard, right? Like that's all we're trying to do is deal as much damage as possible. Cindercoat, fire skills, RCR for fire skills, Pinto's Pride, fire damage, critical hit chance, and Wave of Light deals damage and slows enemies. We've got the Litany set and the Wailing Host, so we've got the Legacy of Nightmares here. We're using these instead of the Legacy of Dreams, so we can get an extra gem in here. So we want to use Boon of the Hoarder, Enforcer, and Bane of the Trapped. You can switch these up to whatever you need, but obviously Boon of the Hoarder is huge and Enforcer is required. So you can use the third one whenever you want. Or if you don't have these, you can use COE and Stone of Jordan and just use the LOD gem instead of the Bane of the Trapped, and you'll be fine. We're using Blackthorn's Jousting Mail because it has fire damage on it. Mine still has Bash because I have not found a dex set, which is making me sad. The Witching Hour because the Witching Hour is amazing for a build like this. We're using Ingoim so we can dash around like crazy. We'll go over the skills in a moment. We're using the Crudest Boots because we're doing more damage with our allies. The thing that the Rabid Strike spawns when Epiphany is active counts as an ally, so it gets multiplier from that. We're using diamonds in all of our slots for cooldown in the helm, and then for all resistance in all of the other spots. We're using emeralds in the weapons for extra critical hit damage. You want cooldown, crit, and fire damage as your main stats on this build. So over here in the cube, we're using Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac because cooldown is our #1 stat. We're using Gold Wrap because Infinity Toughness. You will get so much toughness sometimes that your toughness will literally say 0. And then Incense Torch of the Grand Temple because we want the spirit cost to be reduced and we want the extra damage. So using that, these two weapons, it's insanely fast. This is literally the best key farming build in the game. There is a close second. I'll go over it at some point. Warlug just put it in his on his channel if you want to go check him out. So on to the skills. We're using Mystic Ally, Air Ally for if we ever run out of Spirit, which most of the time we do not. Blinding Flash increases the damage they take. I literally never push this button, but since I don't have to use Lefebvre's, it's there. I mean, if I ever use it, I use it. Dashing Strike, Quicksilver, 3 charges just to get around the map. Wave of Light, Explosive Light because it's going to clear the entire screen. Epiphany Insight because we don't need the toughness from Epiphany, we just need the spirit. Mantra of Healing, Circular Breathing. Don't need anything from this other than the spirit. This is just you one-shot the world, okay? Momentum, moving 25 yards increases your damage. We're going to be dashing around like mad. Beacon of Etar, cooldown reduction, biggest stat still. Seize the Initiative, gives us attack speed, lets us dash around faster, lets us drop Wave of Light faster. And then Near Death Experience, the cheat death, just in case we die before we get our toughness stack. So let's go ahead and knock out a rift, and I can show you how insane this is. Even if it's a bad rift, it's going to be insanely good, right? So here's what we're doing. We're going to find some mobs, we're going to hit them, we're going to get our Engolem going, and then we're just going to dash. Dash a couple times, drop bells. Dash a couple times, drop bells. Again, I don't know if you've seen any of my t16 videos, but I do not pick up legendaries unless they are primal when I am farming keys, just because there's really no reason. I have a bajillion of everything, and all of my main items are already ancient, so it's kind of hard to get extra rolls. The only time I pick up legendaries is when we do traders, right? Okay, so we just did a rift in about 30 seconds. Look at that. We did a rift in about 30 seconds. Literally. He's attackable now. He's dead. You know, this is literally the best way to farm keys. 100% of the time. There is nothing anywhere even close. The only thing for farming keys that I would add to this is on your Enchantress, have the 3-set cane set. That way you're getting the extra keys when you're farming them. And put a broken crown on her, because getting gems, you can never have enough gems. An avarice band increases your pickup radius, and you're just going to be smashing it. And that's it. That's the guide. Put this together and just laugh your way to all the keys you could possibly want, because you are going to do these rifts faster than you can possibly imagine. If you liked it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment, do all the stuff. Otherwise, I will catch you guys in the next one, and happy hunting.